So who am I? I've been working with international business development, sales, and leadership for 25 years in various roles, everything from export sales manager, doing the hard work, knocking on doors in every pet shop in south of Birmingham in UK, for example, to doing business with Russian distributors in Novosibirsk. I've been in, as I mentioned, in the pet food industry, wood flooring, Forbo, baking, ovens, automotive, aviation, etc., as employee, but also now touch base on many other things as a consultant. You will find here when I present a little bit what I do that it's very much about the whole chain, not only sales, but the sales connected to product development and supply chain, that you see the whole cycle in this. This is what I help the companies with in many cases to bring out a good product or offer to the market. I have today 3 business areas I work with. The consultancy is one. I have a pet food company that doing a little bit of trade in the pet food area. And I also do a little bit of board work for companies. Next. So Siversjö, what do we do then? Yeah, actually we offer international growth opportunities. I put in strategical advice, tactical sales, and operational support. I will come back to this, but strategical can be, of course, everything from helping doing the business plan, export planning, to board work, actually tactical sales, key account management, to operational support, actually help the companies to get things done, because that's normally the problem when you work with consultancy, that it gets stuck in the organization, but we help the companies hold their hands and help them get things done, get them started actually. The method is just to give some indication. I mean, we ask a lot of questions, or I ask a lot of questions, and we want to give new perspectives on the customer's business. To see are there changes, are there other opportunities? Give them tools. Actually, not only say you should do this, but also give them tools to be able to do this themselves in the future, and get them ready to grow their export. Or develop their export and make things happen. Next. So a little bit about values. I think I work a lot with trust, and it's everyone with consultants business work with trust. I mean, it's important that they feel they are in competent hands. I prefer a frank and open dialogue, of course, in somewhat technical manner, but really that they feel that now we are, yeah, this is the truth, and this is how it is, and they need to understand or need to have the real truth of some things. So we are very frank to say now it's working well, now it's not working well, this you need to do, etc. But also the curiosity, that to be genuinely interested. Long-term focus. I don't want to work with companies that do this only short-term. We look at it's a sustainable solution that builds future opportunities and customer value. They should be able to do it themselves in the future and run their business, such as if I would have helped them with this. And then the last one, structure and order. Boring sales with structure and order. Make it very clear and step by step. This is how you could do it, and then you will be successful. Yeah, next. So the concept, I mean, it's about a couple of things that is go through all of the work I do with the customers is to have a clear focus on what you where you're active, which market, what products, whatever it could be. You have a clear ambition, a clear goal. And there is a commitment from the leadership of the company to everyone else in the company that you really are behind this export focus and that you want to expand internationally. The efforts count. If you do the efforts and you do them pretty well and in a pretty good manner, then you will have good results. then you can do it really efficient. And of course, the structure to this. So focus, ambition, commitment, efforts, and structure. So how do we work? As I said, we can take note. The expertise areas is a couple of them. I try to summarize them a little bit. The sales support, we go in and help the customers. I have an example I will show you in a while here, where we go in and help them with critical customer meetings or cases where they have a problem with a key customer. They need help for that. It can be a negotiation. Earlier it was maybe trade fairs, or they had a webinar or things like this, or that we are actually sharing our network. Then we give them the whole package, not only with the sales, but then we realize we need to build a good story behind the brand, or we need the digital marketing. Then in the network, we have good partners in this. The key account services, that we can help them taking care of the larger key customers with a good strategy, a plan, maybe an analysis, and look at the profitability and do the right actions. The sales management, everything from making the strategy to the customer plans, but also to the organization and organizing the sales team, managing this, to actually doing, which I love and I think is very good when you launch a product, look at the competitive analysis and see what is the distribution, how could that work? For example, if we would export pet food to Spain, is the distribution the same setup as in Sweden? What is the pricing, the main competitors, and do we have the right proposition, and can we be competitive? If we can't, we have to think about how we do the export. Next, please. And then I start with the interim services, which is increasing, that someone needs a key account manager or an export director or a sales and marketing director for a short period of time. And then I go in and normally help them for a couple of months to, let's say 50-60% of the time. The first one I'm not working with anymore. That is a vision of mine, that you can rent your own sales and marketing department. That means, it's hard for them to employ 1 or 2 persons. Maybe they can start with export or expand their export, and we will manage the services for them. Everything from customer supports to key account management to do the transport. So some references, just to give you an idea. This is, as I said, I work with SME, so you will probably not know all these companies. It's a Swedish pet food company called Halla Pet Food. They are here on the west part of Sweden. They make their own pet food, and I actually came into here because they wanted to expand into Germany. But we realized after making some research that we were not ready for the German markets. We needed to expand in Sweden to start with, and we needed to develop our product range and our story behind the products. So we built a business plan together with them, which been guiding them for a couple of years. And now actually getting into helping these more with a key account with some export business, establishing in a couple of new countries. I'm also board of the directors in this company. So that's one example where in the pet industry, which we've been working. Yep. Another example is Speed Heater System. This is a really interesting company. They are have innovated a system that you remove paint from windows and boats by infrared instead of blowing hot air on the surface. You do this in a very sensitive way to the wood or whatever. They had a big problem with one of the major building material chains, a German company. No margins. The other customers were very tired of them because they were pressing the prices down. So it destroyed their market. So we made a plan for them to phase out this customer, actually. We decided this, but also exchange the distribution to smaller customers that could take the place of this building chain. So there I helped them with this, but that was actually on the Swedish market. Then after that, we decided we need to have a clear plan on how we do our business. And we built a 3-year business plan. And the most interesting thing, the guy on the right-hand side there, he actually was planning to sell the company in a couple of years. But after this, he decided, this is my jewel. I will develop it and make it a much greater company. So he stayed and doesn't want to sell the company anymore and keep it and develop it. Nowadays, we are discussing opportunities to establish themselves a little bit stronger in a couple of markets. Yeah, next. This is another example where I worked as help them with a key account position in the automotive. They are making, Tetrafix is making fixtures for components, automotive components, for measuring them, and they make it in fiber carbon, which is very unusual. So here we established and we found partners and established a cooperation with a German distributor who could distribute their products and solutions. I was also part of the management team here to helping them getting other things done. Yeah, next. And then the fourth here, which is a very complex assignment, but here I actually, it is a company working in the aviation on the air side part of the airports. They are making, you can say, safety system for landing. So if the runway is too short, their system helps the plane to stop before it goes over an edge, like Madeira, or if you go to the Greek islands, or London City Airport, for example. That's a typical case I know they're working with. But here they bought this company and actually didn't have a clue of their sales pipe. It started there, which is a catastrophe. They were working extremely international, but only reactive business. So they wanted to build a sales organization. They wanted to build a sales pipe and a structure to work with sales in their organization. So there we helped them with building this up, employing people, getting sales done, and doing the structure of the company in means of sales and marketing, and build the brand Runway Safe. So that was extremely complex business with a lot of stakeholders involved, but fantastically fun. Yeah. So that's a couple of examples of what I'm doing. I can also just add here, private label is one thing been working a lot with in the pet food industry, which is sales connected to supply chain. So there we actually can help a lot also, where I've established quite a lot of private label business within pet food all over Europe with this. So it's another thing. So my ambition here, as you can hear, helping Swedish company in different roles to get them start their export. It can be all type of cases. But hope you found it interesting and you get a little bit feeling of what we can offer.